From the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel, this is Wake Up Weather.
Good Tuesday morning to you. I'm Kelly Rawson here in the Tennessee Valley Weather Center. We are live at 6 a.m., a much quieter start to this morning compared to yesterday. Yesterday was quite hot by the afternoon, not quite as hot as we expected it to be. However, today is a different story. It is a new day and it brings on some more intense heat, even dangerous for some people out there. We do have heat advisories and warnings in effect for today. Again, we're talking air temperatures in the mid-90s and heat index values pushing 110 degrees. So intense heat for today. Again, will we see any relief from this heat anytime soon? I will have those details as well as when you can expect our next rain and storm chance here in this weather update. Let's get you out the door on this Tuesday morning off to a nice and calm start, although it is a very warm start, but we are off to a dry start this morning. Not even going to show you live Viper Doppler radar because there is nothing to scan this morning. We are off again to a dry start out there, and we should be mostly dry honestly for the rest of today, but our Arctic Air Heating and Air Conditioning Skycam network really not painting too many hazards out there. In fact, even with visibility and fog, it's not too bad out there this morning, so you should have a nice and easy morning commute as long as your air conditioning is working in your vehicle. Temperatures are in the mid 70s for a lot of us, even some upper 70s already out there. Just shy of 80 degrees in Columbia, mid 70s for just about everybody else. A little bit cooler into Hohenwald, mid 70s for North Alabama and Northeast Mississippi as well. So we're off to a warm start to what is going to be a very hot day here in the Tennessee Valley. We have heat advisories here in orange and an extreme heat warning here in pink. If Highway 43 runs through your county, you are in the extreme heat warning with the exception of Murray County. So your counties for the western, pretty much half of our viewing area, extreme heat warning, heat advisory for everybody else. No matter which alert you have, it is going to be downright miserable this afternoon, and you are going to want to stay inside and in the air conditioning, and this is why. Now this morning, again, going to be hot and sticky, but that heat really builds up closer to lunchtime. Air temperatures in the mid 90s, if not some upper 90s out there in North Alabama for today. That's the air temperature. Factor in the humidity, the moisture content in the air, the heaviness, the stickiness, the the soupiness in the air is what I like to describe it as, close to 110 degrees. So the air is going to be heavy. Opening the door to the outdoors is going to be like opening the oven door for today. So again, very hot. Remember your heat precautions. Stay indoors if you can. Stay extra hydrated, especially if you do have to be outdoors. Check on your neighbors, check on your loved ones to make sure everybody is okay through today's heat. Going to be quite intense, especially in the western half of our viewing area. For the rest of today, the good news, if it is good news, not sure, just depending on how you take it, we are going to be mostly dry. I say that because if it does rain, we would at least cool off just a little bit and just briefly, but looking mostly dry for the rest of this morning and afternoon. So we can probably leave the rain gear at home for today. However, for tonight and for tomorrow, you may need to pull it back out. But for this afternoon, again, intense heat, mid 90s expected, those heat index values well into the triple digits. By the evening after sunset, we'll start to see cloud cover increase. Again, that's ahead of our next rain and storm chance. So anytime pretty much after midnight, we could see showers and storms swing through the Tennessee Valley. Shouldn't be problematic. Maybe some heavy rainfall, maybe some lightning as well for your Wednesday morning. Showers and storms will be around, but they will quickly move to our south. So the second half of Wednesday not looking too bad, and then we catch a little bit of relief from the heat after Wednesday morning. Wednesday, we knock back down into the 80s for our air temperatures, and we stay in the 80s for the next several days. Now for Thursday, high pressure even clips us, albeit briefly, but Thursday is looking completely dry, a 0% chance of rain, which is something we can't do too often here in late July and early August for the Tennessee Valley. But dry for Thursday, mostly dry for much of Friday, as well as high pressure moves on out, making way for our next weather system and next weather maker. But Friday night, we could start to see a few more showers, and then showers and storms are back in the forecast heading into the weekend. Unfortunately, it always seems to time out not in our favor. Now temperatures, like I said, intense heat for today, and then we knock back down into the 80s, and then we actually stay in the 80s for the next several days. Now we could get up into the lower 90s a few days Wednesday through Friday, but then heading into the weekend, we will be in the mid 80s, and that's paired with a little bit of a higher rain chance at least compared to our dry days ahead over the next few days, aside from, of course, tonight and tomorrow. But again, for your morning drive, we stay rain-free. We are hot, we are humid this morning. We are also mostly sunny, so grab the sunglasses and even the sunscreen because we are just going to be in a downright hot summer day for today. Here's forecast for the rest of this afternoon. Again, cloud cover starts to build up by the afternoon, and then a mostly cloudy, if not an overcast sky heading into the overnight ahead of a few shower and storm chances overnight. Now for this afternoon, we are going to be so hot and so humid, we can't completely guarantee a completely dry day. So maybe a few pop-up showers and storms, but again, not looking likely, looking mostly dry for today. And then overnight, a few showers and storms will be with us overnight and into your Wednesday morning. Thursday, though, looking dry. Friday also looking dry and a little bit cooler, but hey, we go from the mid 90s to just the upper 80s, but we'll take any cool down we can get. That is one of my favorite things to say here in the summer. I say it almost every day and almost every chance that I can. For your Friday's looking dry, but then overnight thunder showers move in and they stay for the weekend here in the Tennessee Valley, but cooler temperatures for the weekend. Of course, always paired with higher rain chances for the first weekend of August. That's a look at your local weather forecast on this Tuesday. Again, very hot today. Heat advisories and heat warnings in effect for this afternoon through about 8 p.m., so about sunset. Just keep that in mind and stay safe out there.
You're watching the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel.